This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the... Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
The coach take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Jets. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 9, check 9. Check your hot read. Hey, switch gears. Ready. Check 3, check 3.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Darnold. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Ito Smith. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 50. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Hey, one set. Check, ready, go.
Back to throw here.
Here we go.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they've got to be thrilled to have this game still at 0-0 after the interception thrown on the very first play of the game.
They certainly do, and what I enjoyed was watching him on the sidelines because as the defense came off, he was there to congratulate them and really say thanks because he threw the interception. It didn't turn into any points.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Now a first down carry by Bell. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Darnold, he's going to air one out for Anderson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on now, let's go.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Darnold from the gun. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
2nd and 6. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That good for 19 and a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
2nd and 5. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Yeah, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. They'll look to throw. He's got Smith here. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
McCrane able to knock this one through. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds.
And it's a touchdown for the Jets. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 15 yards on the play, first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On play action, they'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Here's Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 11 at the 2-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the end zone, here's Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. From his end zone, 3rd and long for Darnold. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
2nd down and inches. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta.
And the Falcon 1st down.
Here we go. Set. 30 pace. Let's go. Kill, kill, kill. Ready.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons push further out in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Following the touchdown, McCrane set to kick it away.
Let's go.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
At the 17-yard line.
The Jets on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Darnold now to throw. That one complete to Anderson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. It's just taken around the 12. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They run, Devontae Freeman. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Freeman. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. 20, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race, and it's a touchdown for the Jets. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done. Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Complete to Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Darnold. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Yeah, they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Matt Weil now. He's been terrific so far, and he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. The open man is Smith. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. They toss to Freeman. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Under 10.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. The 20. And all the way down to the 9. And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 9. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Irv Smith Jr., his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, McCrane set to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
It's a pickup of 6.
Orbit.
From the 31, Darnold. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Watch the safety creep. Ready.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. On first down, Bell. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Darnold. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. From the 17, Darnold. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Pass thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Second and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Here's Darnold. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Tack McKinley, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
You can't stop me.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, But when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will close the gap down to 14. They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. He completes it to Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Throw left side complete. That's Gray. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Freeman. Avery Williamson there to make the stop. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Shoot. He's coming. Double up. Blue dog's working. Check nine. Ready.
A 20th carry now for Devontae Freeman. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. He'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Avery Williamson. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now the throw pulled in by Anderson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Darnold now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Freeman again. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Looking to throw. And that's caught by Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Let's go, B, let's go. Let's get there. Let's go.
Again, they'll run with Freeman.
You go first.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Atlanta, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to